Okay, so let's start with, we are on a promoting with the confidence. So we were talking about the LinkedIn and setting up LinkedIn, your event properly. So you can do this on your personal profile or you can do this on a company page. We were talking about this, that for each week you can invite around 1,000 connections to your event. So imagine if you have, let's say 5,000 people in your contacts. So if you're creating webinar, masterclass, or any event, and you have your on your profile, then you can connect or you can invite over 5,000 people in a space of 5 weeks. You can do this less and be more strategic. So you can filter it through the company, industry, country, or even cities. So if that is in-person meeting, you can go to the settings and you can connect your connection, which are in those criteria and those areas. So it makes it much easier for you. One thing, because I know everyone was talking about this, oh, I don't want to be intrusive, I don't want to send out too many notifications. LinkedIn have options that people who don't want to get invitations, newsletters, any subscriptions, invitations to the website, company pages, or invitations to any of the events, they can unsubscribe. So it's in their own interest. If they are not happy about receiving those kind of things, they can just click one button and say, I don't want to see anything. For you, this is the tool to advertise. So use it. So I wouldn't worry about that. Any of you start using those kind of tools? Anna, you did? How that works for you?
Frequently. So most of people who click that they will attend, they do not register for the Zoom. So what we've learned, we are sending them private messages, and we are sending, oh, I saw you you clicked, or you plan to attend our webinar. Please do not forget to register in Zoom, and we send it as a private message, the link for Zoom. And then also, by the way, have you registered, Kasia, for tomorrow? The webinar in Polish? I sent you an invitation. Yeah.
Okay, check it out.
We follow up with those who clicked on attend, and I ask friends who are saying that, oh, Anna, I have something I cannot attend, and then people with when there's a lot of trust, I ask them, please click that you are going to attend, because people are going to see it on your feed. So then it also gives us visibility.
Absolutely. There is another thing as well. When you're setting up the event on LinkedIn, there is an option to add registration forms downloaded. So you just need a privacy link from your website, what you do with the contact details. So you copy link from your website about the privacy, how you use the data, into that checkbox, and everyone who says, I want to attend this webinar, gets on a list, so you can download name, email addresses, what organization they're working on.
Can you show where to do it?
Yeah.
Or just maybe say what is the option, and then we can...
I can show you. I can exactly show you how that works.
Because one thing we didn't figure out still is also how the people can add it to their calendar.
Okay, I'll show you.
I don't know if it's interesting for other people. So, I don't want to take your time, not to say it's interesting.
Okay.
But I don't know what about others.
So I'm going to show you how this works. You go in creating, no. So when you go and do, is the event here?
Left. Now here.
Very good. So, okay, you have the visuals, you do format, if it's going to be in person or it's going to be on a link. And then it doesn't show on the personal. So it is in the company one. Look, if you do this in a company, that's 100%. Well, it was last time I did the event, because last time I was talking with Rachel and they were doing some changes and I was absolutely lost. I was like, I have no idea what's happened. But okay, so when you do this on your company website, you see, you have options, registration link. So if you press this, it's asking you about the privacy policy, what you have on your website. So you just copy paste that website link. And by doing this, I'm going to show you our last webinar. Come on.
I'm just not sure if because this is where you have the premium companies page. I'm just wondering if
no company page, it's not premium. I don't have a premium company page. So our events past, so that was this one, and then you can see exactly over here, download registration form. So everyone who said I want to attend, instead of, you can send them messages. I agree with that. It's a very good way of connecting with people and giving them reminders straight away to the event. I have a Zoom link with registration form as well, just in case, to keep all the details. But this really works really nice, because when I do this, I create the event in my calendar and add everyone emails addresses, so it's sending out straight away to your calendar.
Okay.
So for example, with the ICQ events, you're getting straight away calendar invite.
Say again?
For ICQ, any events or even like this event today, you got an invite straight away to your calendar as well, right?
Yeah.
So I do exactly the same with them, and they have an option, say yes, I'm coming, or I don't. And those people, I straight away take it to our newsletter and send them first email saying like, because you registered for this and this, I'm sending you information about our upcoming webinar, so you have them in your data.
Super, thank you very much, Kasia.
Make it helpful. Anyone have a question?
And if we are with LinkedIn event, I have another question. Is it possible to post another post in the event? Because you have this one comment, most leadership programs fix symptoms. Is there any chance to post another post in the event or not?
To be honest,
because
I have no idea.
networking is only when you go on networking, you only can connect with other people, right? So you cannot, if you go to networking, you cannot make posts. It's only about
no, you just can connect. You can just send them messages. And then, for example, if they are on a second degree, you can invite them second or third degree.
And
I know you still could do the posts, but not anymore. So the only thing
exactly, it was in the past that you had the option.
Yeah. The only thing what I would do is probably I will create a new post and then have a link in the comment below, because that's much better outreach. Because
but then it will be seen when you go to comments now. And then how many people? So 24 people liked this. So only this 24 people will see this message, right? Not on all the attendees. What do you think? So when you now make a comment on your own post, so in my opinion, only this 24 people who liked this post will see
it. Be notified, possibly,
but not this 83. But I'm not sure.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I think so. That's what it is. Okay. Unfortunately. Any more questions about this one? Is it clear? Because you can do exactly the same for lives. So like, for example, Daniela was proposing we're going to do with the People Developer Playground lives. We can do and test it exactly the same. So we can actually, maybe as a test run, as a whole, we can have a game with this, play a bit.
Yeah, I'll send something this week on that. Yeah, so that's the plan.
Awesome. Fantastic. So we can test it, the whole process, no? We're going to have a case study. So, okay. So we have a next part, newsletter on the LinkedIn. Did anyone started the newsletter on LinkedIn? Yes? Nadej? No?
Yeah, and it's really working well. So most of the new connections, I don't even say anything, but after a week or so, I see that they clicked to subscribe on the newsletter, even people who are not in my connections. So it seems to be doing okay. I do a newsletter once a month if I can. And yeah, seems to be going well. The opening rate of emails is not so high, but you have a lot of people reading. And the most important is that, the message gets out. At some point, if they are interested, they'll open the email and they will have a look. But so far it's working, yeah. It's not bringing anything necessarily, but I guess people are like that, right? They observe, they read, and then when the moment is right, boom, they will come to you. So looks...
you creating the awareness, and they getting to know you from this perspective. So the newsletter, you can make it on your company brand or your personal brand. You can have a 2, 3, or 4, 5, whatever. You can have a newsletters or you can have articles. So for example, right now on my profile, I have one which is for ICQ Global, Uncommon Mindset. And then when we started People Developer Playground, I started new newsletter for People Developers Playground. And the good thing is that every time you start a newsletter, LinkedIn sending out to all your network. So he sent a message, do you want to subscribe to this and this? And then give in the title and that short description what it is. So in a moment when you have catchy title, don't get too crazy with the wording. We were talking with Rachel about this. Be very down to facts. She told me, for me, not to be too over creative with the stuff, because it has to relate to people. They have to very quickly catch it and understand what it is and if it's useful or not. So they're going to sign up. And every time you connect with a new person, you have your running your newsletter and you're connecting with new people, or some people start following you They don't have to connect with you. LinkedIn automatically invite them to subscribe to your newsletter. So it's a fantastic tool. And if you're already running any type of newsletter or creating any content, you can do that, because or you can use newsletter as a combination of all your content, or you can have a newsletter and then cut it to any content you're doing on other platforms. So you can recycle the information. It doesn't have to be a struggle to do it again, something new. Any questions here? Okay then. So with growing your network, it's very often that we don't want to go on a social platform because this is not the kind of company we want to turn around. But with the LinkedIn, you have 100 connections every week. They can reach out to people you want to be connected with. So it's your potential clients, it's your peers you're interested in. So it doesn't have to be only the people who send you connections. You don't have to accept them. Do it the way you want to have that LinkedIn growing. So 100 connection every week, that's pretty cool. Even if 10% of your send out invites gonna be accepted, that's already fantastic. What to post? So when you're creating any type of event, for me, I think the minimum timeline is 2 weeks. But if you have 4 weeks or more, I think it makes it easier for you to advertise and connect with the people you want to connect and let them know that's happened without having stress or feel overwhelmed, because there are different ways. So you have already, you know, that if you're setting up the event on the LinkedIn, you can invite them through just the invite on that event. Then you can send them messages. Then you can create different type of posts. That can be email communication, any type of DMs. So there are different ways to let them know about the events happening. Have you tested what kind of content works best for you? Sorry, Anna.
I can share something with you because this morning I had a meeting with my team, and I'd like to show you something, and then I can share it with you if I simplify it, because it's an example. So we created years ago, like 2 years ago, a checklist for events. So if you stop, can you stop sharing for a moment?
Yeah.
So, and I love sharing. So I will
Wait, I have to make you co-host because I have changed the settings. Now you can share.
I will not share this document now. I will first simplify it. But look what we like. We it's an example of over engineering. Very helpful. It's a little bit too much. So what we did is before every event, when my team is organizing a webinar or something, we have all the tasks here, how many days, who is responsible. Then they are uploading the lists. So we don't want to forget any like groups, like communities or theater, for example, or reminder about sending MailChimp. Then what is what we are doing during the event? What is what we are doing after the event? And yeah, we have here like event indicators and so on. So today, as I had to brief someone on this, and I thought, oh my God, it's complicated. So I will simplify it and then I can share it with you because it's very helpful to have a checklist. Then you don't forget anything. So
Yeah, fantastic. Daniela, do you do a checklist like this before your events?
I do something like that, but I've never gone so far. Normally I do 1 week before the event, not 14 days.
Okay.
But yeah, something to try. Something to try.
attendance rate when you do it only 1 week before?
Yeah, so it's okay, it's hard to measure, but say for example I invite 100 people and then I get, let's say, 20 people to watch it live. But then when the event stays there, then in the following days you see the views go up to 200, 300, you know. This is combining LinkedIn and YouTube, by the way, yeah. So normally I post weekly, sorry, daily on and I add the link to the event in the comments. And then when I remember, I send an email out with the YouTube link for people who are not on LinkedIn. And that's about it. Yeah, that's all I do. So I try to invite, as you can imagine, try to invite as many people, as many connections as possible. I think I normally get up to 100, 150 invites. No more, because then I get tired. But yeah, that's what I try to do. And yeah, so around 15 to 20 people attend live. It's very small, but you know, it's all experiments basically.
Out of 100 is not small.
No, exactly. It's because I try to target, the people I invite. So people that I know that have joined, that are previously joined, or people who are interested in the topic. And so yeah, I think that the best scenario for me was 20 people combining LinkedIn and YouTube at the same time.
Nice. The statistic, what did they say? There's like between 8 and 10%. This is good.
Yeah, so next time I will invite 10,000 people, you know, so I get 1,000
Can you
to watch me
imagine?
live.
But you have to have you have to have like a powerhouse, no, to
Yeah,
set
I know.
when you want to invite that many people.
One day, no limit, you know, one day.
Of course. Why would you limit? So what is your favorite hook when you start talking about your stuff?
Well, I always go, okay, I try to go from problem to, so try to frame the problem, try to talk about behavior or solution, depends on what I want to say. And then like I try to frame the upcoming event as a place where solutions will be discussed. This is high level, you know, that's the idea. So say for example, I have in 1 week, if I have 5 posts, so it would be problem, new perspective on problem, maybe ideal solution, behavior once you implement the solution, and then one like it works a bit as a reminder of the event on the same day. Not much to say there, just something interesting to catch attention.
Fantastic. And Anna, for you, how that works? What is your hook?
I don't think so. I have like one specific, but sometimes we try to mostly probably use a question and how to solve, similar as Daniel said, how to sell a challenge, solve a challenge or a problem or something. Yeah, we try to be innovative sometimes. The one of tomorrow is, for example, how to measure the transcultural competence in organization. And it's a very new topic. It starts with a question.
And for you, Ilham, how do you do the hook?
So I just make it curious for people and tell me why they're there, you know, because we need to cure the pain they have, not we offer them our solution. And that also helps me to structure the conversation. Sometimes you need to go to plan B rather than plan A. So it's what they want to get from the conversation, and then you cook it in your way to bring it back to your conversation, but with their pain. So that connects their purpose with your goal, and it becomes a common project rather than I push it my way. You know, it's something that, so they become part of the process, not the observers.
But that's when you already have someone on a conversation, right?
People join the webinar, yeah. Is that what you? Okay, so before that, you actually, again, you are also trying to talk about the pain you're offering them to solve. So it's what brings them there. Yeah. And I think that works because people want to solve whatever makes them feel uncomfortable. And then when they start, then yes, during the call, during the webinar, you ask them why it is important to them. What would happen if they will not sort it? So it reveals the answer they want to hear from the conversation.
Fantastic. So yeah, it's mostly always the pain points. No, we're starting with the pain points and how the story happened, how we discovered this, it helped us, and then what is the offer actually we presenting. So this is the part what we're talking about now is the awareness. So this is the top of the funnel. So we need to get the informations to people in a very different ways. So that's why I think when you're creating on the first couple of webinars, it's going to be more struggle, but more you have those conversations with people. And for example, you presenting whatever you had planned for them and then have the conversation. Do they agree? They disagree? How differently they talk about this, how differently they see that. This creates a very different angle for you next time to present it, the solutions you have with the different ways they see the problem shows up in organizations or in their life. So this is the trickiest part in here. And after that is the engagement and keeping them together. So this is the part before, during the webinar, and this is the just after. So this is just at the beginning before they start buying from you. So that's why there is no much happening usually at the webinar, but it happens after when it comes to sales. Have you tested how you're posting on LinkedIn? What works for you best? When is it? What day of the week? For me personally, for us, newsletter and informations about upcoming webinars, upcoming workshops, it was always the best Sundays till yesterday. I got an email from someone who yesterday evening we sent out the email because there was a really great article Chaba did with another lady from HR. I forgot the name, sorry. I posted the article in a message later. But what the reply I got, it was, why email on Sunday? And then I explained it that because a Sunday is the day when you relax and you can read this kind of thing. This was no advertising or anything like that. So I understand if someone would get an email pushy on sales, okay, you could get upset. But this was just like really cool structure email, something different to read about, have a look. So I said it that this is the day there is more headspace, so you can read something, reflect, and there is no rush. And the guy, he said to me like, so in that case, I'm unsubscribing. Even God on a 7-day rested. So just in case, not everyone's gonna like it all the time what you do. Unfortunately, that's life. But if you're testing, see how that works in the different days of the week. So far, I never had a problem with the Sunday, so yesterday. But so what is your favorite day of actually posting?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay. Anna, do you have a special days when you're posting? No. Okay.
I have had really good luck with like Sunday afternoon posts, especially if they're like kind of more lighthearted. But generally, I feel like weekdays do best if I post in the morning. Also, you should tell that guy that God's day off is different depending on the religion. So
I'm not good.
he
There's
can
no
get
point.
over it.
Listen, there is no point of arguing. If someone is like this, I don't think so. I want to work with that person anyway, so I'm okay with that. Nadette?
I usually do mornings and Tuesday and Thursday, and I notice that even on the weekend there is a peak, so I guess people maybe see that the post is there and then they read it on the weekend. So it's not too bad, much better than a few years ago. So, and I guess now the algorithm is a bit different. It stays a little bit longer in the feed, which is a good thing, because why would you work so hard and then it just gets dissolved in the noise, right?
Absolutely. So how do you talk about your webinar? Because when you have the phrase, I'm hosting a webinar next week, this is like the standard copy paste message when someone is just sharing the event. What is the better way of doing this for you?
So I'm trying to say it's a common effort than what I'm trying to do alone, When you engage people and they ask their opinion and makes them part of the conversation, they come and join. So
come and join.
It's about to put a shared goal. It's like a stakeholders, you need to make this project interesting for them. Otherwise, they're not coming.
The message needs to be clear, definitely. Why this is worth it for them to really show up? Because if and this is what is important in a description of the webinar and the first tagline. So if that's not clear, what is it about, why this is good for me, and what I'm going to gain, there is no benefit. Sometimes people use really fancy words because this is supposed to look posh, elegant, I don't know, high professional. But for normal people who are under stress, social media is constantly bombarding us with so much of information. So if we have to work it out what this person is trying to say, it's not going through. It's like your brain, it's telling you if it's a threat or it's opportunity. This is the first message. Before anything goes into your brain, it's gonna measure one or another. And if it's a threat, it's going to ignore it and nothing goes in. So it has to be easy digestible. Something, so your target market. Because for someone, it's going to be very professional. So it has to be kind of with the language that they're using. But for some, it has to be very human. Something that we can relate to each other. It depends what you're advertising again. If it's your coaching services, is it tools, is it program, or something else?
Yasha, just on that, it also depends who you want to attract, right? Who do you want to work with? Because you're not going to use, like you said, this gentleman that sent an email back for the Sunday, that's not someone you would want. So you can already filter those that you don't want to see appearing at your webinar, right? Because they're just going to give you headache instead of just enjoying and sharing information. So the language there is important too. Yeah.
I don't mind having a interaction and exchange in conversation. You have your opinion, you have your view. I can explain why I did it because I have a different opinion. But if you cannot respect that and understand, there is nothing else to have a conversation about. There are so many people. I'm definitely not looking for confrontations. This is not something I want. I think so. Like it's difficult enough So why do I need this again? Do you use DMs when you're inviting? And Anna, you said already, like when you have people who are interested, do you follow up people who are interested in the similar webinars with the previous cohorts?
So many of them, they get invitation to the newsletter, because after every webinar, we are sending a thank you email, and then we remind them about the signing up for our webinars. But we use explicitly the list of previous webinar to invite people for the next one. So thank you for this idea.
So there is something magical about DMs, because you can make the message short, and even if people don't reply, they open and they can see the content. It's just there and it's in front of them. So if it's clear, concise, they get the message. And sometimes it stays, even if there is no actions happen after that. There is a very small opening rate for the emails. I found DMs being very interesting. So if I have an email list of people, that's one thing. But if I know, then I have a like specific group of people, I still would DM them separately just to make sure that they got the message, because not everyone opens the emails. Yes, Anna?
Yeah, I guess like a lot of you get a lot of DMs with advertisement and people want to sell you something and so on. And in my case, most of them are long. And just 2 weeks ago, I got a perfect message. It was like optimal for me. And I bought this guy's services, and I'm so like in love with his services. He's amazing also. But he texted me and has said something like, "Hi Anna, would you like to try a diagnostic I created? I don't know what is exactly the wording. It only takes 3 minutes." And I thought, I will put
Yeah.
that, and if it takes me more than 3 minutes, I will kill you, and I will respond to you in the way I can respond when I'm really angry. So I put the alarm and I took this assessment, and it really took 3 minutes. And it was his lead magnet. Now his services is helping people to automate services and creating also lead magnets and all this. Now I became his client. I'm super happy with his services, and I created my own diagnostic tool for my target audience for one specific product. But the key was the message was really short. It was a question, and
Yeah, it has to be clear to understand in a language that it's easy to digest when you're even overwhelmed, and it's short so you can see it. You don't have to scroll, you just look and it's there, and that's enough, and it works. You have example just that. So on the beginning, when you're creating your email list and when you're creating that connection with your potential clients, that part is very important and it's worth it the time. I really believe it's worth it the time. So after the webinar, I did the research, and they said on a day one, you're straight away supposed to follow up, say, okay, what was your 3 takeoffs? What was the most important? I usually don't rush that fast. I leave a day or two. So I will stretch this a little bit longer and maybe go into 3 different objectives, not 5. You can adjust and play with this depending of your clients or the group of people you're working with. But follow-ups, if you leave them for longer periods, if you leave them for 1 week, they are not hot leads anymore. They already forgot what you were talking about. They forgot that you had the webinar. They forgot that they even signed up on anything. If you leave it there and you say, oh, how did you like my webinar? What webinar? It's gone. It's totally gone. So try to keep it as close as possible to connect with them again. That can be a questions, that can be a feedback. Ask for feedback, how you can improve. People love to give feedback on your improvement, not them, but yours. They love doing this. And then you can share some case studies. You have some probably work with something that you were working with the clients, and you can tell them, then this made it the big difference between that period of time. And that really works. And this is where you actually start collecting people which are responding. And this is where your money is made. So when you're done the webinar, when you're done masterclass, what else apart of short videos, using for the post or having email content, what else can you use it for? How do you repurpose your previous webinars, masterclasses, workshops? There are case studies. Anna, do you do videos from your previous webinars, posting on LinkedIn as advertisement?
Sometimes, and we almost always upload the recording to the YouTube channel. But we do not have so many views, and also we only have like 68 subscribers, so it's kind of ridiculous. but we don't have a strategy about YouTube.
But this is something that you can as well post it. So even if you're going to have people who register to your webinars and you have collected at least, you have the recording, you can send them email. I'm sorry you missed it, the live session. Would you like to receive the recording? I wouldn't send out straight away, because if straight away you're sending something, people don't appreciate it. Get the connection with them, ask them to reply, make that move. Because once they start making moves, it's much easier for them to move again. It's the same like what there is this sales process. So let them buy something for $1 or $2, and they're much easier gonna buy something for $200 later, because there is like this process of, okay, I already paid you a little bit, I have this trust, okay, so that's gonna be trustworthy. So it's the same like with the emails, they reply to you and you're getting back. So there's this communication back and forth, and that really works. Get them out of the online. Ask them about the coffee. Let's see, have a conversation. Most of you here, I had the same. Let's have a coffee. Let's have a conversation. Because you become not only someone behind the words, you become in connection as a people. It works. And I have created a chatbot for you guys. So it's going to help you. So everything what we were talking about, this chatbot is going to help you. So I'm going to share with all of you the link. I was very happy to do this. So it worked. I was playing before. I'm going to show you. Where is this? They're switched off? I think so, switched off. So I did ask my ChatGPT. I did this. So the question I asked him, you can see it, right? Can you help me create 10 days campaign for this certification? And this is our upcoming certification, which is starting on the 12th of March. That's it, what I did. I just gave him that note and give him information about the certification. And he's coming up about the whole plan of strategy, how to do it. And now you can get it into more gradually. You can say, I want a campaign for LinkedIn mixed with emails and the DMs. You can go more in the details. How do you want it? So you just have a conversation with him about this, and he can help you to structure the best funnels. So I did a little bit of research about this. So I have combined funnels strategies with how our brain is taking the information. So that's why it's more casual. It's not the typical American style. You have to get this. It's 10 minutes and you don't get anything. No, this one we're getting on a safe space, and it's much more relaxed, and I absolutely love it. So I really hope so that's going to help you. Do you have any questions? Anna?
I'm excited to use it.
Yeah, with this ChatGPT, because you have all your programs, you have your content and what you're advertising. You can even, like, for example, take stuff from your website, copy, paste, and created a folder and just add it there. And he's going to help you to advertising all your services, from the small thing to the bigger thing. I'm really curious how that's going to go. Anna? Oh, Chava's video is on your channel. Nice. Because you have so many webinars, you have so many programs, Anna. There is really fantastic tool, which is called Opus Clip. You put in link from the YouTube or any of your files. It takes 15 minutes. And you can do shorts or smaller videos just by keywords. So you're going to be looking, for example, let's say cultural differences, behavior differences or something. And it's going to look for those ones as a guidance to create short videos.
You said octopus clip?
I'm going to send it to you, because in that presentation, I have the links as well. So it's this one here. I use this and it is absolutely fantastic. Seriously, all my shorts I do with these tools. I do Chava's all webinars, because he's talking the most in this organization. So his videos are everywhere.
You have a paid premium version, or?
I do, yes. But I think so on the start, you're getting some points, so you can test it. This is really good. And Rachel, have you tried it using the Gamma?
I did a little bit, but then it looked like I was using up the credits. And so I decided to stop until I knew what I really wanted to do, so I could make the most of those credits.
Yeah.
But from the initial playing around, I liked it.
It's really good. I found it so useful. So this is, let me show you. This is Gamma. Oh, come on.
Kasia or other people, do you have an experience with Claude? Like everyone is now talking about Claude.
Claude is the same like ChatGPT pretty much.
This is what I've heard. It's not the case.
Really?
No,
So-
Marcy, yeah,
No,
It's better.
Caroline is better.
apparently, yeah.
I'm in a WhatsApp group with a bunch of people who work in this space. And so they're constantly sort of as each company does a new leveling up, it sort of shifts. But like in terms of using it, you use it the same way that you would use ChatGPT, but it seems to be performing better in some areas. Like I think it tends to be better for like problem solving. I think ChatGPT is still the one that's best at sort of learning your voice.
Oh, really?
And I've seen a reel or a story, I do not distinguish between two of the things, that you can download the history of your ChatGPT and put it into Claude, and you can train Claude.
Really?
There's a way to do that. Yeah, Marcy is using Claude because she's doing all these websites and all these data management stuff and no coding. So she said Claude is actually much better at breaking down, as you said, Anna, to problem solve. So, okay, this is my problem on the website. How do I solve it? And then it gives you really how you should do it. And she's been working on both, and she said Claude for this is definitely much more precise and accurate than ChatGPT, and more understandable as well. So it's simpler to understand. So I guess it depends what you do with it, right? As you were saying, Rachel, depending on what you focus on, one might be better than the other. For myself, I find Chat knows everything about me already, so he knows how I think. So when I'm struggling with something, he says, okay, stop thinking, you're overthinking, do it like this. And I'm like, oh my God. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you imagine the robot is tell you like on the edge, hold on.
And sometimes he says you should go back to your Reiki. I suggest you do this and this sequence. I'm like, really? Thank you. Okay, I'll do that. So to calm down, right? It's so
Fantastic.
funny. Yeah.
But this is the Gamma, that's the other tool. At the moment, I used it so far just for free as well, but it's really good. You're getting like 200 credits and it does really good presentation. So the previous presentation, which is the homework from last week, this is done all on Gamma. And it took me like 10 minutes, maybe, just to have a test run with that.
So what you uploaded?
A prompt, what I want from it. So I wanted a workbook, which is going to be on this and this subject. And I just made it kind of generic, but with the points I wanted to have. And then he added some stuff. So it comes up as a presentation. And then every part is adjustable. Pictures, any logos, everything is moving like in a PowerPoint. Just AI generated. It's really cool. Caroline's laughing. I'm so excited about those things. It makes it so easy.
Yeah, I know. I made a wonderful presentation with the Gamma app, and everyone was like, "Wow, it's amazing!" It's like, I didn't do that much. Yeah, phew, so much work. Oh my God!
But it does look like it's lots of work being done. It's
yes,
really,
absolutely.
Yeah. And it corrects you, make the facts really straight. So it's, if you're using ChatGPT for prompt, it's gonna make it sound even more professional than ChatGPT will do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just got so excited. One application is like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, there are so many things. I mean, it's amazing, right?
The life is much easier. I remember just a few years ago, everything, like all the messages of the emails generations, all the visuals, presentations, he was taking so much time. And now you just like, tuck, 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 tuck. We even had a conversation recently with a designer because we were looking for someone to get all our presentations in a like really good shape that they look really professional. And he came back and he said like for a few slides, just as example slides, that's not with the text and visuals, he won £700. I was like, seriously? This is ridiculous. And day after that, we founded Gamma, and I was like, oh, I don't have to pay the £700. I was like, oh my God, we did all of it, and it cost me £10. It's insane. So yeah, I'm sharing with you, like, this is deep thoughts. Oh, have fun, Anna. Let me know how is the chatbot working for you guys. I'm curious.
I will give it a try soon. I'll keep you posted.
Amazing. And the same, if you're looking for have accountability buddies because you're starting something, brainstorming, just give me a shout or post it in the group. I'm pretty sure everyone will chip in some. No, you are not alone now. You have us. Anthony, it's really good to meet you for the first time. You've been for quite some time now in the playground. Lovely to see you. I cannot hear you, my love. Oh, it's not working.
I'm also glad to be here. Thank you so much
Fantastic.
for the session and for everything, for the guidance.
Fantastic. So if you have any questions, any ideas, we are here now together. We are not building anything alone. We are the community. So do you have any questions or feedback?
It was very useful, Kasha.
Thank you, Nadet.
As usual. But I
If
think
I
that's the thing, right? Is wrapping the head around, okay, what should the webinar be about? Does it make sense to make a webinar and all these type of things, right? Because we have our little demons as well talking between each other. Yay, we should do a webinar. Well, and then the other one is a waste of time. Only 5 will show up. You know, you're gonna spend so much time advertising and energy and blah blah blah. So yeah, it's just
in case, okay, just in case, think about this that way. It's not wasted time. You're creating content for yourself. You can repurpose the content. Secondly, even if 5 people show up. So we had a last hour webinar. We had 90 people interested, signed up that they want to join the webinar. 8 show up. And we were even with Chava, we were like, oh my gosh, maybe there is something going on with the link. Maybe it doesn't work. But then everyone who came, do you have any problem with the login? No. Oh, so there's no link then. Okay, what happened? But in that webinar where it was 8 people, 3 people were interested, but like really interested. So you never know what's made the difference.
I know, I totally understand. But if I have to choose between making videos and doing a webinar, I'd rather go for the videos than the webinar. But I get your point.
Yeah.
I get your point. This is something I need to shift up here, right? As in
Yeah,
the
but
book,
it doesn't
shift
have to be
the
1
thinking.
hour.
No, of
The
course
webi-
not. Yeah, it can be half
It can
an
be
hour.
masterclass, it can be webinar, you can call this anything, it can be presentation, whatever it is. But when you're getting people to actually interact with them, it makes a very big difference. And on top of that, you create your mailing list. You're getting your message out there. And this is where you can shape your message, because first few times it's going to be no one went there and just smashed it like this straight away. It's a process. You're going to be fine. Rachel, you too, you're going to be fine. I can see it.
I think just the month fell apart and poor planning. But also I realized still struggling with like what I want the content to be. And so I realized I wanted to go back to the drawing table on that.
Before you go back about the content, ask yourself what is the end goal of that webinar. Start from end.
Yeah. And I think that was where I sort of got like I felt like I had a content idea, but realized it didn't actually get me to the end goal. It was just like an idea for an excuse to do a webinar. And I needed to go back and figure out like what's the content going to actually be that will get me closer to the end goal.
Yeah. Because if you have that end goal, it's giving you what needs to be done to get there.
Yeah.
So what is the part for those people to do after that webinar? Are they booking a call with you? Is it just about awareness? Are they buying something? Or they becoming client of yours? What it is? And then you're building from that. It's kind of like a little bit backwards when you go in the call.
So
do you have people to discuss it with?
I do some and I do here, but I think I also need to do to sit down and do some thinking before I bring something for discussion.
Yeah.
Nice.
So soon.
We're waiting.
Yes, we will subscribe.
Yes. Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh my God, it has to happen because we have to come and, we brainstorm after that, good, bad, what else we could do, how we see it, we got to pull it out into pieces. Sorry.
You can pull it to pieces as long as you're also very nice.
Always. I'm very gentle. Any ideas, Caroline, for you for your webinar or program or masterclass?
Yes, I do. I'm preparing because I already done one, for the inside stuff. So now it's maybe switching to global disc and ICQ, of course. But the idea is actually to have a kind of a masterclass of a couple of hours, what I did for Insights too. And I just online made a small test so that people could find their color preference.
Nice.
And it was fun because we discussed it and then I explained it and they were like, oh yeah, I recognize myself in there and it's true. And so it's always fun because it's interactive. And so it's more of a masterclass than a webinar. and it's free. And then at the end, of course, the thing is, until now, I haven't talked about special pricing or whatever at the end of the masterclass, but I understand that sometimes you have to do that. But I also learned in a masterclass or training that you first have to create, how do you say it? You have to create trust. So I'm trying to give a lot of information without asking anything so that people start following you, trusting you more. And then, next phase would be then I have this special thing or whatever. So I'm building trust now.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And Nadej is going to have to do a webinar soon, no?
There is no such thing as have to.
I know, I'm joking.
When the time is right, it will come. I don't have to.
I know.
Don't have to.
Didn't you do something
For
recently?
the people playground, yeah, I did the masterclass.
Ah, okay.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yes,
so it was
yes.
only internal.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was only
Okay.
internal. But this is really useful because you started, this is the new program and the new book. So it's like coming all together. So she have the program with the book, just the same names. And then she's doing the master classes. It just makes sense.
Yeah, but I could repeat it as well since I've done a dry run.
Of course.
I can do it
Yeah.
again. So that's another one to recycle.
Yeah. No, of course, now you can build on it because you already have a structure.
Exactly.
It's never wasted. Those things always stay.
I
Absolutely.
could not get the recording from that, not to do some clips just to advertise
Yeah,
the
I
next,
can, yeah, of course. If
could
you ask me
could you
nicely.
get yes. Could you share some clips with me, please?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
If you want, I can even cut it for you.
Ooh, I will not say no.
Yeah, just tell me what you're looking for the keywords so I can show you guys as well how that works. So I can send it to some short videos from that stuff. It's really cool. Just tell me what kind of keywords you're looking for and I can do a few shorts for you. Yeah, so you get both as a, because we're friends. So we can have some fun with that.
Amazing. That I think is actually really good because when you start advertising the actual masterclass, people can get a snippet as to what was discussed.
Yeah.
So I think that's
Yeah,
good.
because you're not giving everything, just the
No.
bits and pieces when you were talking. Yeah.
Exactly.
And Anthony, are you planning to do a webinar, masterclass, or anything?
Yes, we are planning to make one in April. I have a colleague she's in Kenya. So we are trying to we are going to make some campaigns and then try to make some prospects and then try to close them to be our
Fantastic.
clients. Yes, that's what we are planning.
Fantastic. So let us know so we can be the groupies there. No, we can make a crowd.
Right now we are still preparing. So when
Yeah.
we are done, I shall let you know. Thank you.
Fantastic. But if you need some space for brainstorming, if the message come across, post it as well in the playground. I think so everyone will be happy to chip in some ideas.
Okay, please. Thank you.
Fantastic. So we have a plan.
You're very good at making sure that we take action.
Because I know how difficult it is at first, and I'm a queen of procrastination.
Well, it's very appreciated. It's very
Yeah.
appreciated.
But if you have people around who, it's not a judgment, but encouragement, it makes a huge difference. And then we can all grow in a different way because it's not always easy. So fantastic. If there is no more question, I will say thank you so very much for joining me today.
Thank you, Kasia.
Thank you.
You're very
Kasia.
welcome.
Thank you.
Have fun with
Thank you so much.
ChatGPT. I really hope so. It's gonna work. Let me know about the process and see you in a playground.
See you soon.
Thank you.
You.
Bye.
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 Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.